Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, in this audio/video, I wanted to talk about the importance of paying attention and listening to what a woman is saying. All right? I want to talk about why it's important to pay attention and listen to what a woman is saying when you are approaching her and talking to her. You understand? So this is when you are, first talking to a chick in the street, at the bar, at the club, whatever, right? And you got to understand that it's important to listen and to pay attention, because what happens is that if you are not listening, if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss out on important information that you need to know about this chick that you're talking to. Also, if you're not paying attention, it's going to be harder for you to keep the conversation going. If you're not paying attention, what's going to happen is that, in the conversation, in the interaction, she's going to notice that you're not really listening to her. You understand? And that can throw everything off, right? So, one of the things, the first thing I want to talk about is, being able to actually listen and pay attention when you are having a conversation can help you keep the conversation going. Because a lot of dudes, they hit me up. They're like, yo, man, I talk to these girls and then I run out of stuff to say. And the main reason why you run out of stuff to say is because you're not listening to what she's saying to you. Because when you're talking to a girl and you listen to what she says, right? She's basically going to give you the tools to keep the conversation going, to, say something back. And I talked about this, a few times. And if you go to badboymembership.com and join the membership, I have a whole program on, ways to never run out of stuff to say, right? But one of the ways is basically this. Is when a girl is talking to you and you're listening to her, she's going to say something. And then based off of what she says, you can take something from what she said and then keep the conversation going. So, for example, if you're talking to a girl, let's say you say something like, where are you from originally, right? And she says, oh, I grew up in Spain, but I moved to Chicago, last year, right? So now you can take that word Chicago and then ask another question. Oh, cool. So you was in Spain. So what made you want to go from Spain to Chicago? What made you want to move to Chicago? Right? So now you're keeping the conversation going, but you were able to do that because you were listening. You see what I'm saying? See, the thing is, it sounds simple, but a lot of guys actually don't listen, right? Because I remember, I was out one time and, I'm at this party or whatever, and I'm just talking to this guy. We just shooting the shit or whatever. And then, this girl was near us and he starts talking to the girl. And, he's talking to her and he asked her, he said, hey, what do you do for a living? And she was like, oh, I'm a nurse, right? And as I'm looking at him talking to her, I can tell that he's sort of like in his head. He's like, not really listening to her, trying to think of the next thing to say. He's nervous and all this other stuff. So he started talking a little more. Then maybe 5 or 6 minutes passed. And then he asked her again. He was like, so what do you do for a living? And then she's looking at him like, I'm a nurse. I told you. I told you that earlier. And so he's looking like a dumbass because he's, he wasn't listening the first time. He was all in his head. So when she even told him that, he wasn't really listening to what she was saying, and he was just all over the place. You see what I'm saying? So, it's very important for you to listen when you are interacting with these women. And see, what I notice is a lot of guys actually don't listen, because even sometimes I'll put a video out and I'll say what I'm saying in the video, and somebody will make a comment saying, "Oh, but Mr. Lucario, what about this and what about that?" And I'll reply to them. I'm like, dude, the thing you're asking, I literally just said it in the video. Listen to the video again. I said it. You're not listening. So, you know, you sort of not listening just from, that example shows me that when you're trying to talk to women, you're probably not listening to them too. And then it comes off, it's not going to come off well. You understand? So the thing is, it's very important for you to pay attention and to listen when it comes to interacting with these chicks. See, another thing you can do is when you're talking to a girl, right? You want to be able to sort of reiterate what she said to you. So if you're asking her questions, and let's say, you say, "Oh, so what do you do for a living?" She's like, "Oh, I'm a nurse." And then you guys start talking a little more. And then, she says something about she likes, dogs instead of cats, and then she says some shit like, she likes to go skydiving and all that, right? So, she's saying all these things. They're talking about more stuff. And let's say you've been talking for a good 10 to 15 minutes. And then you can sort of bring up one of those things she said, or even all of those things she said, and just, basically say it back to her, because what it's showing is that you're listening. So, for example, you've been talking for a little while or whatever, and you're like, "Oh, so, so Christine, so you're a nurse and you like puppies and, you like skydiving. That's an interesting mix. I hardly meet girls that are that interesting, right?" So you're just reiterating what she told you, but what it's showing is that you're listening. So what happens is that while she's interacting with you, she sees that you're listening, and now she feels like, "Oh, wow, I'm actually connecting with this guy." You understand? He's actually listening to what I'm saying. He cares. You understand? Which will make her more attracted to you at that point, because now what it shows is that it's showing that you're showing interest. And if she's actually interested in you, right, she's going to want to see where this goes. You understand? So, it's very important to make sure that you're listening when you are dealing with these girls. Now, another thing, too, that, helps to, when you're listening to these chicks is that while you're listening and you're paying attention, it helps you to recognize red flags. Right? So, what a red flag for you might be, because it all depends on the guy, because, depends on what's a red flag for you. So, for example, for me, a red flag for me is if a chick has too many damn kids or something, so if I'm having a conversation with a woman, if she brings that up, or even if I ask her, if she has kids or whatever, and then me listening to her response or listening to her bring that up, right? That's going to let me know, okay, well, this chick got a bunch of baby daddies and she got a bunch of kids. And, I don't know, I might not want to mess with her, or, depending on the situation, I might say, well, she only has one kid. She was with the dude for a while. They were married. They broke up. I could let that slide. You understand? But it's from me listening to exactly what she's saying. See, a lot of times what happens is that a guy, he's so caught up in how hot the chick is, and he's just thinking about, oh, what am I going to say next? And how am I going to get her number? And, how am I going to make this happen? That she's talking to you and she's telling you a whole bunch of information about this and this and that, but you're not listening. And something she could say could be a red flag, and you don't even hear it, or you're not really paying attention. So it sort of goes in one ear right out the other, and then you miss the red flag, and then you end up dealing with the girl, and then that red flag comes back to bite you in the ass because you wasn't listening in the first place. You understand? So it's important that you pay attention and you listen while you are going back and forth with these chicks. You understand? Because it's going to benefit you in the long run when you are out here dealing with these women. All right. So that's pretty much it. Listen, if you guys have any questions, make sure you click the link below and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
Now, before you turn off this video, make sure you click the link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Now, this is a private one-on-one coaching session between me and you where we chop up game for a half an hour. So make sure you click that link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 to 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.